Okay, so I was watching this Ovted Fatash video. Ovted Fatash request to the Skyebrows creators, and I got this far in the video, and then I realized it was something real important that I needed to do a react to because I want to add my own thoughts to Ovted Fatash's thoughts. So let's go ahead and rewind and we'll listen to what she has to say. And I'm going to pause at various points and interject my own thoughts. Okay, so let's listen to her.
Hello, my name is Ovted Fatash, and we're here to talk about what's been going on in the reactors community and some of the things I'd like to make a mention of. First off, the Skyebrows community is going strong, it's growing constantly. And with that explosive growth, there's becoming so much more appreciation videos and so much more love for the Skybrow community.
Yes, I have seen this too. The Skyebrows community is growing extremely fast. In fact, I think it's exponential growth. And if it keeps growing like this, we could easily be at 10 times the size or more in the month or two. But let me show you something just briefly. So this is my channel here, and if we go to playlists, let's look at this. I've got a couple of playlists. So this is the Skyebrows-related content that I've already reacted to. And look, 160 videos in here. Yes. And then what about the Skyebrows-related videos that I plan to react to if I have enough time and if I want to? That's over 200. Over 200. So yeah, I'll probably never get around to all of those. That's just basically a wish list, and a pretty ambitious wish list at that. And so yes, even during the last week, the last 2 weeks, we have seen explosive growth, not just in the number of people in the Skyebrows community who are making videos, but also in the number of videos that those individual people are making. So what she is talking about, this explosive growth, I just showed you a little bit of quick evidence for it. But yeah, anyone in the Skyebrows community who's been paying attention the last couple weeks has noticed this extremely explosive growth in the number of videos. Okay, so let's listen to Ovted Fatash a little bit more.
That being said, I would love to see more of your content. And but then again, on the other note, there's only so much time in the day. So with that, I would like to propose a couple ideas. The first one is when you release your work, make sure it's a quality finished product. I love reacting to your videos. I love seeing the visions you have, but I have to admit, it really hurts my heart when I get to seeing a video and it's only 95% complete and that 5% of like, here's a large black screen, or you can tell where it's like, oh, I didn't quite get this the way I want it. And it's
Yeah, so a lot of new people are dipping their toes into video creation, and they're getting they're getting instructions from people on the Discord, from Don P. Bongwater, and from others who are willing to do instructions. And a lot of times, people's first efforts, they look kind of rough, and maybe they should keep their first video to themselves until they've polished it up better, or they could release it, but then try to do so much better with your second video. And I do see a lot of people do that, but I do not. I don't think it's a bad process to start out rough and get better, because that's just the creative process. That's how it works. But there does have to be some sort of way for the reactors to deal with this increasing amount of product that's coming our way. And so she has a few ideas. Let's listen to her some more.
it's rare, but there have been a couple videos like that. It really not only it kind of hurts you because there's so many content creators, and also you spent so much time to get so far, to miss out on that last 5% really kind of, in a way, it breaks my heart because I feel like you're so close.
Yeah, yeah. If I see a video and when I look at the video, I think to myself, if this person had, spent another 3 days or another week working on perfecting, the very few rough spots that remain, I would have really liked to have seen that perfected video. Yeah, would have really liked to have seen that perfected video instead of the rougher one. That would be really great to see.
So I understand the rush to get something out on time or to have your favorite reactor or whoever see it. So, but please, I would rather you say, hey, I apologize. I overestimated. I need another day to finish this up. Um, so the next thing I would like to put out there is we had recently where between two creators, I literally had 16 songs released between them in one day. And or something like that. It was close to that. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that too. I noticed that too. I'm pretty sure I know who one of the creators is who did that. But yeah, there's going to be so much stuff coming out, especially if the number of creators gets 10 times larger. Or, sometimes there's a bunch of people that just all finish their projects at the same time because, maybe they started them at a similar time and then it takes a certain amount of time on average to finish a video. And, that kind of coincidence can happen as well. But as the number of creators gets larger and larger, it's going to be harder and harder for the reactor community that is devoted to Skybrows and the Skyebrows-related material to keep up with it. We are going to have to develop some kind of system, and just sort of everyone reacting to what they want to react to. That's somewhat of a good system, and it has worked up to a point. But I think we need to get new solutions. Like one thing would be if we get a lot more reactors in the community and we have some kind of system for saying like, oh, like, the really big, important video makers that have already proven themselves with, multiple well-received videos, anyone just go ahead and react to them. But maybe the smaller creators or the ones that are just now coming out with their first video or something, maybe we can divide those up and like have, if there's like 15 new videos that come out in a day and there's a bunch of reactors, say, okay, there's 15 reactors, there's 15 videos, let's each reactor do a video. And then if the reaction ends up being popular, there'll be more reactors that'll be naturally interested in picking it up for their own reaction. Something like that, maybe. I'm just brainstorming here, and she's brainstorming. But, between us and all the other people that are brainstorming, including in the comments to this video, I bet we can come up with a bunch of things.
just the large amount in general is just too much for one reactor to react to. But for something like, let me just pull a name out of the hat. We're going to use Ocno as an example. He released 4 music videos.
Yeah, by Ocno, she means Occultus Notitia. And let me show you. I've reacted to a bunch of Occultus Notitia videos. Okay, so let's go. Just ignore my phone there. I'm sure it's the vet saying it's time to pick up your cat, and my cat can sit at the vet for another 10 minutes longer than normal. Okay, so let's see, where's Occultus Notitia? Okay. So yeah, I got down here. Where is Occultus Notitia? I did a big reaction to Occultus Notitia lately. Where is, oh, here it is. Yeah, I caught up 5 days ago. I caught up to Occultus Notitia, with a 7-video reaction pack, and then 4 more came out. And I don't want to single out Occultist Notitia for that. There's a lot of others that do exactly the same thing. So don't want to single out him for that. And he does produce really interesting videos, so it's a lot of fun to react to them. So don't want to single him out for that. But that stuff does happen a lot, and it's going to happen more and more often. So we do need a system for trying to figure out how to handle it.
And one day, which is incredible. I understand sometimes you get, maybe you're working away where you can't upload the videos, or maybe you are the prompts and everything just go perfect and everything goes in seamlessly. I would like to say that when you get all those videos ready, if possible, give like a day gap between them. There's a nice option on YouTube for scheduling. And so just say here, I'm going to release this video today, and then tomorrow we're going to release song 2, and then the day after that, song 3, and the day after that,
That's a really good idea. Yeah. Yeah, if you're a serious video creator and you want people to take you seriously, having the videos spaced at least 1 day apart would create a lot more confidence in reactors who go and look at your channel. And another thing I wanted to add here to her thoughts about spacing them a day apart, which you can do with, future scheduling on YouTube, is also something else, which is that when I see a creator that has taken 2 or 3 weeks on one video, I get really excited. I get super excited. I'm like, oh wow, this video has been worked on and had been thought about, and it's been perfected, and it's probably had all or nearly all the rough spots ironed out. Yeah, I get super excited when I see that someone has worked on one video for 2 or 3 weeks. It really increases my confidence in wanting to react to that video. Yeah, so space them out. Yeah, space them out.
4. It does a couple of things. One, someone doesn't have to say, hey, I'm going to take the time and dedicate half or whole of my time to just your videos, and which is a hard decision for someone like a reactor to make, because a lot of times they're waiting to get that view of other people out to everyone. And then on top of that, by doing those multiple schedules, it also make sure that they don't just react to, just say, hey, I'm just going to pick one and then forget the rest, because you spent time on those other videos and we want to react to them as well.
Yeah, think about this. A lot of these reactors will go on a live stream and react to a whole bunch of Skyebrows-related content. And Ovted Fatash does that, but there's others that do that as well. And if someone comes out with multiple videos on the same day, and then a reaction stream goes through all of them in a row, like let's say 4 of them in a row, or they just choose one and ignore the others and maybe never get back to them. Is either one of those situations a really good one for the video creator? What if you spaced them out more, and then like the same reaction stream actually highlighted one of your videos on 4 different days? What if that happened? I mean, that could be a lot better situation for a video creator. Yeah, very, very good.
But by also playing it all at once, it's much easier for us to forget about all the other ones. So I request that you please do use the schedule option when you release multiple songs. And this is just my personal thing. Now, if you're someone who pumps out content real fast, more than 1 video a day, then I understand the schedule option may not be ideal. But you can also kind of get a kind of feel of, hey, I usually do 3 videos a day. Let me space them out 3 hours a piece. That way, I also think that'll also get more people coming back, checking your channel more often, every so often. Versus, all right, here's a big dump. Let me check it once, and I'm gone.
Yeah, because you want people to come back and check your channel over and over again looking for new stuff. That's what you want to happen to your channel. Yeah, and you want people other than just the Skyebrows reactor community to pay attention to you. If people are coming and checking your channel a lot more often, that probably is sending good signals to the YouTube algorithm about whether to show your videos to people entirely outside the Skyebrows community. And if those people start paying attention to you, then, you've broken out of just, the community paying attention to itself, and you're starting to go into the wider YouTube, which is what you really want.
So I personally think it'll be good for you in the long run. I'd love to see it. So this is just, again, just my personal request. And yeah, we all love you. Keep up the good work. I'm not trying to attack anyone on this. The other thing I would like to make a mention is most people are usually okay with having their character portrayed, but please still ask them and ask if they have any hard rules for the characters. For example, I'll use my character as an example. I have no problem with using my character in any style. You can't even kill off my character in a story. I just have a hard rule of I want to keep my hair the pale mint green. And then when yeah, and that's really the main thing. I feel like that's the main identifiable factor. Soft rules, which I'll say are rules that are required when possible, or I'd like when possible, is my glasses when it makes sense. For example, glasses on while swimming doesn't make sense. And then also try and keep my figure petite. I am not a busty character. And then while my hard nose is I would be, or actually I'll do soft nose. A soft nose, which is one thing I would prefer to avoid. But sometimes grok camera can be weird, but I don't like upskirt shots. And I know sometimes with dancing, the dress floats up, and I've tried testing.
Yeah. So I think this is actually also a really good idea. Like I've had people ask me how it is okay to portray you, Penny Bloomfield, and I think just putting people in videos as surprise cameos. There's something about that process that can be really cool. And of course, it's always wonderful to see myself cameoed when I wasn't expecting it, and to be like, oh, wow, there's me. It's really cool. But as the community gets bigger, there'll probably be so many weird things that will show up from time to time that people will start getting disgruntled about some of their appearances. And so yeah, maybe if we try to kind of figure out some rules, like have like a list somewhere of who is saying, hey, just freely use my cameo for everything, and who is saying, oh, well, if you do use my cameo, here's a few rules, and who is saying, oh, don't do my cameo at all, or don't do it unless you do it in this very specific way. So maybe if there was a list like that somewhere where we got it all figured out, it would cut down on the number of cameos, and it would kind of sort of like get this problem of possibly inappropriate future representations also cut down on. So that would be cool too. But yeah, I've been wanting to get out a lore video about myself that would also include character usage instructions. I haven't done that yet. I've got a lot of things I've been working on, a lot of different projects I've been working on all at the same time, so that makes me slow. But I do know that some people in the Skybrows community have been talking about how they want their characters to be used more aggressively, like they see that people are afraid to use their characters in villain storylines, and they're like, no, I want to have my character freely used as a villain. So some people are like that, and then some people are like, no, 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 never a villain, you know. So there's a lot of things like that people want, that you can't figure out if you're going to do surprise cameos. Okay, so let's keep going.
Myself and see if I can make the prompt happen, but I understand. Rock loves making a dress look too far up. Oh, right, my hard nose. My hard nose is actually, well, that's not appropriate for shrimp. Anyway, yeah, just ask for permission. But like I said, you can, for me personally, kill off my character, but some people may say, hey, I don't want my character to be killed off. I don't want my character to be Rule 63, or I don't want my character to be a duck for the quackening, as in.
Oh, yeah, there was a video that came out recently where all of us were ducks, and I have not seen it yet, but I've had a lot of people tell me that I need to see it, so I am trying to get around to that one.
Example. So definitely check with them. Not everybody's okay with things, and yeah, just check with them first. And like I said, I think most people are okay, but do check with them. And I know I'm going to create something on my Discord. I know on the Sky Discord, I started seeing the tags on the head to fill out for myself, but of what is allowed for cameo appearances. But yeah, just ask people for out of respect, and this would be greatly appreciative. That being said, we are, I'd just like to say, and thank you all for the community. We're from all different backgrounds, all different countries, so enjoy, embrace each other, learn about each other, and I really hope we can help bring understanding and peace to the whole community. And gradually we'll invite more and more to the campfire from all different branches. So, again, thank you, Skybrow family and the Sunlight Gamers, and I look forward to seeing more of your videos.
Yeah, well, that was really cool, and it brought up some questions. Let's give it the thumbs up. Yeah, it brought up some questions that that the Skybrows community is going to have to deal with, especially if it keeps growing as fast as it is growing. And yeah, the thing is that if the community keeps growing as fast as it's growing, we are going to be at 10 times the size in, I don't know, maybe a couple months. Who knows? It's hard to predict. And it's going to be absolutely impossible. I mean, when my list, even with all the videos that I've reacted to already, if my list is over 200 of unreacted stuff, think about how big it's going to be if the Skybrows community gets to 10 times the size. My list will be like over 1,000 videos of unreacted. And there has to be some sort of way of figuring out what to do. And one way is to increase the number of reactors. If the number of video creators increases and the number of videos that they create increases, but also the number of reactors increases, that solves the problem, as long as, you know, every reactor doesn't try to react to every video. Another thing is, like some of the things I see is like putting more reactions into live streams and having like multi-react parties. And so there's a bunch of different solutions that we're already trying to apply to it. And as far as me, I am not currently a monetized channel. And I haven't been trying to be one either. I actually have, let me show you my About Me playlist. So this is a bunch of stuff about me. And see this? Well, this thumbnail here is actually a joke. I'm not promising to be demonetized for 10 years. That's just a joke thumbnail. But I have made a demonetization pledge, and there are some ways that I could get out of it, or if I had a big enough reason, I would just break it and not use one of the loopholes, but just straight up break it. But I am trying to remain demonetized until 2027 or later. So I might not manage to do this, but I'm trying to do it. And so everything I do right now is from enthusiasm for the Skyebrows community. So all of these reaction videos, these reacted to Skyebrows-related content, 160 videos in here. This is all from enthusiasm. This is not because I'm being paid for it. Maybe someday, the amount of attention I've gotten now will translate into future monetization, but I don't know if that'll happen. And I'm not actively seeking it right now. And so anyways, I am doing this from enthusiasm. So when I say I'm falling behind on my intended reacts, I don't mean that I have any actual obligation to do them. What I mean is that it excites me to do them, and I want to do them, and I would like to catch up. And it's not just doing the reacts themselves that is exciting to me. It is also being a part of the Skyebrows community and watching it grow. Being in at the ground floor at an early stage of something like this, and anticipating how exciting it might become someday is really exciting. I want my reacts to help people, to inspire people. Maybe I can point out things in the videos that people who are video creators will be like, oh, Penny Bloomfield noticed this one thing, and now I suddenly know how to make my next video better. And even though it would be pretty overwhelming for our community to be 10 times the size that it is now, I would love for it to be that size. And I would love for every person in that community that's 10 times the size to be regularly producing high quality music videos with AI and other AI videos. That would be very exciting, and I would really love it. So I'm not against the community growing, not at all. And I am coming at this from a perspective of enthusiasm. I want to see where it goes. And maybe it won't become really huge, but it would be cool if it did. And I'd like to be there, seeing it unfold in the early days as unfolded. It's very exciting. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to figure out some way of dividing up the videos so that we assign some to one reactor and some to another reactor, and then maybe there's like a tier list they go through, and the top tier ones go to everyone, but that seems kind of like restrictive, because there's always going to be videos that pop up that I'll be like, oh, I've never seen this creator before, but I just want to react to it. So yeah, I don't really want to restrict anyone from the reaction free-for-all if they just want to react to something. So I don't know how it could be organized, but yeah, there's that, and then there's attracting a lot more reactors to the community. There's a lot of different solutions that could happen. So let's actually look a little bit in the comments, because I did poke down in the comments before I started my recording. And yeah. So So yeah, Megs Noctis, yeah, is saying, I think a lot of this is on the individual creator to stay openly. This isn't finished, so don't watch on stream, but I would like some feedback. Yeah, so I think some of these creators that have a product that's 95% finished, but it, maybe that last 5% is really rough. I think some of them need a way to be able to have a bunch of people watch their videos and then receive feedback on it before they release the final version on YouTube. So that might be one. And Nicola says, you have to separate the cream from the slop. Yeah, and I understand this sentiment, but of course, in order to separate the cream from the slop, you need some way of labeling certain things as slop and labeling certain things as cream. And I think that's going to be pretty hard to do, and it's also going to be kind of controversial to do. But yeah, maybe something like a tier list where like top tier creators get their videos reacted to by everyone, and then if they're a little bit lower tier, they sort of get divided up between reactors, except for maybe some specific reactors really want to react, and then they can do it anyways. Maybe something like that would be good. And yeah, Rivunami. So Rivunami is one of the video creators that I get really excited about because he takes a really long time to perfect each video. So that is an example there. So he says it's important from a creator's standpoint that there's no deadline or time limit. This isn't a job. You're not presenting your video to a panel of judges. It's artistic creativity, and you have the freedom to take as long as you need on a work, even if it's a month. There shouldn't be any rush. Yes, I agree. Like, where the video creators are not being paid for this. Maybe some of them will be able to grow their channels enough that they'll eventually get paid, indirectly. But no one is getting directly paid for these videos. And it's also, I think, with more creators and with the ones that already exist refining their talents more and more with each video, I think it's going to be harder and harder to get attention paid to yourself if you're not putting out a quality video. So yeah, I think that's a process that's going to start happening pretty soon. So even if us reactors don't do anything to try to separate out into a tier list or divide up which videos get reacted to which person, or even if we don't do anything like that, there's going to be a natural process where sort of like people who don't spend the time to perfect their video and to slow down their output will just naturally have fewer and fewer reactors paying attention to them over time. Okay, let's see. Torstwolf says the Skybros, and that's the name for the people under Skybrows, even females such as myself. So we will soon see the Skybros get into different camps that are still nice to each other, but only intermingle in viewership by small margins. That's my hot Oracle insight. That might happen. Yeah, the Skybrows, when a community grows this fast and becomes this large, sometimes it sort of fractures into multiple communities. And I think I've already seen that happen to some extent, where like there's some people that are more assembling under Don P. Bongwater, and some people are more assembling under Skybrows. And I think as other really high talent individual creators become and ascend more and develop more of a video portfolio of really high quality videos, there will also be people assembling underneath them. And it's not a nasty rivalry. It's a friendly rivalry, but it's still quite possible that these different camps will sort of grow apart from each other naturally. Not because they're enemies, because they're not, but because They've got this sort of friendly competition, and they just have interests that run in somewhat different directions. But yeah. Kedjisan says, you make good points. Pre-screening things eliminates the organic reaction, but it limits your ability to always have quality content on your end. Yeah. So this is, this is a lot of good things. And Juliana Cross, there's about 400 people on Skynet. So Skynet is the Skybrows Discord, and I'm not even on there yet, although I'm thinking of joining soon. So yeah, if we all release only one video per year, that means about one video coming out per day. So it's a flood that will keep on increasing no matter how we schedule our releases. Yeah, it's going to increase a lot. And even if we have like 5 or 6 different strategies for dealing with it, it probably none of those strategies, or even all of them together, will be fully adequate to deal with the flood. And it actually is exciting to think about the flood of high quality content that is coming out from video creators under Skyebrows. Yep. And okay, so I'm going to end this here.